Next, crochet the saddle, which consists of the main part and line segments. First, crochet the main part. After completing it, embroider the line segments along the edge of the main part. The main part starts with a foundation chain. Follow the magic ring, form a loop. Here is the chart in table form. Before crocheting, let's get familiar with the table. In the table, our plus number indicates the round number. The column for increases and decreases explanation indicates the stitch techniques used when crocheting that round, as well as any increases or decreases. The total stitches column shows the total number of stitches after completing all stitches in that round. The stitch techniques used are C H chain, V single crochet increase, X for X stitch single crochet, T V half double crochet increase, T half double crochet, S L slip stitch. Now watch me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Cast on is 10 ch, meaning the casting on method is chain cast on. Make 10 chains. Casting on complete. Move on to crochet round 1. 2 means begin from the second to last stitch. Pick up one strand from the top loop of the chains. Work 1 single crochet increase. Seven single crochets. Once completed, one stitch remains, means to work into the same stitch. Work 4 single crochets in this stitch. Then rotate the piece. Pick up the other 2 strands on the left chain. Which is the insertion point for the single crochets on this side. Crochet 7 single crochets. As you crochet, gently tighten the beginning tail of the yarn. Finally work 1 single crochet increase. After completing, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. The slip stitch is not indicated in the form. When crocheting in rounds, always finish by joining with a slip stitch and pull tight. The beginning tail of the yarn has already been secured partially. You can cut it directly. This way, the first round is completed. Take the side with clearer texture as the right side. Keep the right side facing you in all following crocheting. Now move on to round 2. Indicates a major sequence. Times number indicates the number of times to repeat the pattern. First make a chain stitch as beginning chain. When crocheting in rounds, each round begins with a beginning chain. We won't repeat this explanation later. Next, work 1 single crochet into the stitch where the slip stitch from the previous round was made. and 1/2 double crochet. In the left stitch, work 1/2 double crochet 2 in 1, meaning work 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. In the adjacent stitch, work 1 single crochet. Then correspondingly make 5 slip stitches. After completing that, work 1 single crochet. 1/2 double crochet 2 in 1. One half double crochet, work 1 single crochet in the same position. This completes the stitch pattern inside the curly brackets once. Repeat it once more. Work 1 single crochet in the same stitch. 1/2 double crochet. In the left stitch, work 1/2 double crochet 2 in 1. One single crochet. 5 slip stitches. One single crochet. One half double crochet 2 in 1. In the last stitch, work 1/2 double crochet and 1 single crochet. Another repeat of the curly bracket stitch pattern is complete. Leave a tail of about 10 centimeters and cut the yarn. Thread the yarn tail into a yarn needle. Finish off. Weave in the tail along the wrong side's texture. Round 2 is complete. Continue to crochet round 3. Our 3 is BLO, 30SL. BLO means back loop only. Let's take a look first. The 2 strands of the stitch. The strand closer to the front side is called the front loop. The other strand is the back loop. For this round, pick the back loop of every stitch. Fasten them with a slip stitch. Take the corresponding color yarn. Hook out from any stitch. Then work slip stitches evenly into each and every stitch. Keep crocheting around until the round is complete. Once finished, leave a tail of about 10 centimeters. Cut the yarn. Thread the tail through a yarn needle. Pass it through from underneath the first slip stitch. Then go through the chain where the yarn tail is located, and bring it to the wrong side. Weave in the end along the texture on the wrong side. Also weave in the starting tail along the texture on the wrong side. This completes the third round. And the saddle is now crocheted complete. Next, embroider the line segments. Take a piece of corresponding color yarn about 30 centimeters long. Separate out 2 strands. Thread them through a yarn needle. Embroider the line segments between the second and third rounds. Insert the needle at the slip stitch insertion point on the fabric edge. Pay attention not to embroider into the gaps between the 2 rounds. Insert with a small interval apart. Exit again with a small distance apart. Repeat this process to embroider 1 full round. This completes the line segment embroidery. Next, proceed with attaching. Take a piece of yarn about 20 centimeters long, in the corresponding color of the main part. Take out 2 strands. Thread through a yarn needle. Place the piece with the right side facing out, centered on the saddle back. Keep both sides symmetrical. Once the position is right, sew along the edge of the saddle main part to secure it in place. No specific method required. Just make sure it's securely attached. Now the saddle is installed. Next, crochet the horse decorations. For the Instant Wealth version, the decoration is a gold ingot. For the Great Luck version, the decoration is an orange. For the Good Fortune version, the decoration is a fortune bag. For the Peach Blossoms version, the decoration is peach blossoms. For the Wealth version, the decoration is copper coins. I'll explain from left to right. First, crochet the gold ingot for the Instant Wealth version. Start with a magic ring. Crochet in rounds. As you crochet, add stuffing. At the end, close the opening. Then pull the yarn tight. The new stitch technique used is Pt2 half double crochet 3 in 1, a short stitch decrease. Please watch the demonstration. First, start with a magic ring. Casting on complete. Then move on to round 1. Chain 1 as beginning chain. Then work 5 single crochets into the magic ring loop. Once completed, tighten the ring. Then join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. Round 1 is complete. Continue to crochet round 2. Work 5 single crochet increases into the stitches from the previous round. As you crochet, place the starting tail over your hook. Weave in the ends as you go along. After completing, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. The starting tail has been woven in around the entire circle. You can cut it directly. This completes round 2 of crocheting. Now crochet round 3. Flow means front loop only. For this round, pick up the front loops for all stitches. Parentheses indicate a repeating sequence. First, work the first set. 2 single crochets. One single crochet increase. One half double crochet 3 in 1. That means 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. Then work 1 single crochet increase. This completes one pattern repeat inside the parentheses. Let me demonstrate again. First, work 2 single crochets. Then work 1 single crochet increase. One HDC 3 in 1. One SC2 in 1. Another repeat inside the parentheses is completed. Finally, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Round 3 is completed. Take a look. The right side of the fabric has clear texture. The wrong side has blurry texture. From now on, all crocheting will be done on the right side. Next is round 4. Pick up stitches 1 by 1 and work single crochets. Round 5 refer to the chart. Repeat the pattern inside the parentheses. Pay attention to start with a beginning chain. At the end, join with a slip stitch. Everyone just follow the chart to crochet. I've already finished the swatch here. Let's take a look. On the right side, one raised texture represents one round. The starting positions of the first few rounds are aligned on the same straight line. Avoid the starting position. Count from the center outward. So far, 5 rounds have been crocheted. Now work round 6. Work 3 single crochets. Then work 1 single crochet decrease. First insert the hook into the front loop of the first stitch. Then insert into the front loop of the left stitch. 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, draw through the first 2 loops. 2 loops remain. Yarn over, and draw through in once. Single crochet decrease is complete. This method of picking up only the front loops for a decrease is called an invisible decrease. Using this technique, the gaps between stitches are smaller. The fabric is more delicate overall. Work 1 single crochet. 1 single crochet decrease. Insert the hook into the front loops of 2 adjacent stitches on the left side. Yarn over. Draw through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat 2 times. Once. Twice. Single crochet decrease completed. Work 1 single crochet. This completes one pattern. Repeat inside the parentheses. Everyone refer to the pattern and continue crocheting this round. Finish with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Round 6 is complete. Now move on to the 7th round. Stuff with a small amount of filling cotton before crocheting. Firmly stuff the previous 2 rounds. Then work single crochet decrease. Continue stuffing while crocheting. Stuff more filling cotton after completing the single crochet decrease. Fully stuff the piece to make it plump. Then join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Now proceed to close the opening. Enlarge the loop on the crochet hook. Leave a tail of about 30 cm and cut the yarn. Thread the yarn tail into a sewing needle. Pass through the front loop of each stitch in the last round one by one. Pull tight after completing. Press flat. This completes the closing method. Next, proceed with threading. Insert the yarn tail into the center of the closure first. Then exit at any stitch position in round 2. Insert into the next stitch on the right side. Then come out from the center position of the closure. Gently tighten. Then insert back into the center. Exit at the adjacent stitch. Insert on the left side. Pay attention, each time at the bottom, insert and exit through the center of the closure. Repeat this process to complete the entire round. Once all yarn tails are pulled, adjust the shape. Do not cut off the yarn tail. This completes the crocheting of the yuan bow. Next, proceed with the assembly. Use the reserved yarn tail. Sew it onto the top of the saddle. Slightly forward. Refer to the finished product for the exact sewing position, or adjust according to personal preference. No specific sewing method is required. As long as it looks neat and secure, please sew it in place accordingly. Up to this point, the yuan bow explanation is complete. Next, crochet the Shang Ma Da Ji style orange. It consists of the main part and leaves. Crochet them separately first. Once completed, sew the leaves to the corresponding positions on the main part. Start by crocheting the main part. Begin with a magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Stuff with fiber fill as you work. Close up at the end. Use a new stitch technique. A single crochet decrease. Please watch the demonstration. First, begin with a magic ring. Casting on complete. Next, work round 1. Chain 1 to begin. Work 6 single crochets into the magic ring. Once completed, tighten the loop. Then make a slip stitch into the first single crochet stitch. Pull tight. Like this. Round 1 is complete. Now work round 2. Work 6 single crochet increases evenly into the stitches from the previous round. As you crochet, keep the starting tail over your hook. Weave in the ends as you go along. Once done, finish with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. You can cut off the excess yarn tail from the starting chain directly. Round 2 is complete. Continue to round 3. R3 is x, b, times 6. The parentheses here indicate a group. Times number indicates the number of times to repeat the pattern. Work 1 single crochet. Then make 1 single crochet increase in the next stitch. Let me demonstrate again. Work 1 single crochet. Then work 1 single crochet increase. This is the second time. Repeat this pattern 6 times in total around the round. For the remaining 4 repeats, follow the same method, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet increase. Finish by joining with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Pull tight. Round 3 is complete. Take a look. The right side has clear texture. The wrong side has blurry texture. All following rounds will be crocheted on the right side. For the next round, round 4, work single crochets correspondingly into each stitch. Round 5, refer to the pattern. Repeat the stitch pattern inside the parentheses. Remember to start with a chain as beginning chain, end with a slip stitch to join. Everyone can simply follow the chart to crochet. I've already finished crocheting the swatch here. Let's take a look. On the right side, 1 raised texture represents 6 rounds. The starting positions of the earlier rounds are aligned on the same straight line. Avoid the starting position. Count outward from the center. So far, 5 rounds have been completed. Now we'll work on the 6th round. First, work 4 single crochets. Then work 1 single crochet decrease. Insert the hook into the front loop of the first stitch. Then insert it into the front loop of the left stitch. There are now 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over. Draw through the first 2 loops. 2 loops remain on the hook. Yarn over, and draw through in once. Single crochet decrease completed. This method of picking up only the front loops for a decrease is called an invisible decrease. When crocheting with this method, the gaps between stitches are smaller, resulting in a more delicate fabric overall. Continue with 4 single crochets. This completes one pattern. Repeat inside the parentheses. Repeat once more, 4 single crochets. One single crochet decrease. Insert the hook sequentially through the front loops of the adjacent stitches on the left side. Yarn over. Repeat 2 times. 1 time. 2 times. Single crochet decrease completed. Move on to crochet 4 single crochets. This completes another repeat of the pattern inside the parentheses. Finish with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. Round 6 crocheting completed. For the following 7th round, just follow the chart to crochet. Finally, crochet the 8th round. Before crocheting, stuff with some fiber fill. Then work a single crochet decrease. Continue stuffing as you crochet. After completing the single crochet decrease, add more stuffing. Finish by joining with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Now close the opening. Enlarge the loop on the crochet hook. Leave a tail of about 30 cm and cut the yarn. Thread the tail through a yarn needle. Pass through the front loop of each stitch in the final round sequentially. Pull tight after completing. Press flat. This completes the closing. Leave the yarn tail unsecured for now. Now crochet the leaves. We will start from foundation chain, crocheting in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitch techniques used are F double crochet, CH1 picket. Please watch the demonstration. First, make a foundation chain of 3 stitches. Starting chain complete. Reverse 3 means to work into the 3rd stitch from the end. Pick up with hook the half loop above the 3rd to last chain. Work 1 double crochet. One CH1 picket. First, work 1 chain stitch. Then pick the front loop of the double crochet below. And 1 strand on the left side. Work a slip stitch. Gently tighten the slip stitch. The CH1 picket is now complete. Next, work 2 chain stitches. Make a slip stitch into the insertion point below. Leave a tail of about 20 centimeters and cut the yarn. This leaf is now completed. Next, sew the leaf into the chain space of the main part starting round. Thread the reserved yarn tail through a sewing needle. Secure it several times in the chain space. Finally, draw the long tail out through the starting chain space. Then trim off the excess yarn. Cut the end level with the leaf. This completes the orange. Next, proceed with attaching. Use the reserved yarn tail. Attach it to the top of the saddle. Sew it slightly forward. Refer to the finished product for exact placement. Adjust according to personal preference. No specific sewing method is required. Make it neat and secure. Please sew it well on your own. Up to this point, the orange is complete. Keep going, the Fortuner phone bag is coming right up. We will start from foundation chain, crocheting in rounds counterclockwise. After crocheting is finished, add an appropriate amount of fiber fill. Then sew and secure the opening. Finally, attach cords and the fortune character at the opening. The new stitch techniques used are W3 single crochet in 1 stitch, a single crochet decrease. Please watch the demonstration. First, foundation chain 6. Starting chain complete. Now move on to the first round. On the second chain from the hook, pick up the top loop of the chain. Work 4 single crochets correspondingly. Once completed, on the last chain, make 3 single crochets in the same stitch, meaning 3 single crochets in one position. 1 stitch, 2 stitches, 3 stitches, 3 SC in 1 completed. Rotate the piece. Pick up the remaining 2 strands on the left side of the chain, which is the insertion point for the single crochet on this side. Work 3 single crochets evenly. Crochet and gently tighten the starting tail as you go. When reaching the last chain position, make a single crochet increase. Then join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. You can cut off the excess yarn tail directly. Round 1 is completed. Move on to round 2. R2 is 5 SC, SC2 in 1, times 2. The parentheses indicate a group, indicates the number of times to repeat the pattern. First work 5 single crochets evenly. After completing, make 1 single crochet increase. This completes one pattern. Repeat inside the parentheses. Repeat once more. After completing, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Round 2 is done. Take a look. The right side has clear texture. The wrong side has blurry texture. From now on, work on the right side only. Continue to crochet round 3. This round work even single crochets. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch after completing. Round 3 is completed. Move on to round 4. First work 5 single crochets. After completing, work 1 single crochet decrease. Insert hook into the front loop of the first stitch. Then insert into the front loop of the left stitch. There are now 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. 2 loops remain. Yarn over, draw through in once. Single crochet decrease completed. This method of picking up only the front loops for decreasing is called invisible decrease. Crocheting with this technique creates smaller gaps between stitches, resulting in a more delicate fabric overall. Let me demonstrate again. 5 single crochets. One single crochet decrease. Insert the hook into the front loops of the 2 adjacent stitches on the left side. Yarn over. Pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat 2 times. 1 time. 2 times. Single crochet decrease completed. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. Round 4 crocheting completed. For the following round 5, just crochet according to the chart. I've already finished crocheting the swatch here. Now let's crochet round 6. Start with 3 ch as the turning chain. Turn means to turn the workpiece. Turn the workpiece counterclockwise. Flow refers to front loop. This round and the following rounds are worked on the wrong side of the fabric, picking up the front loops to crochet. First make 1 slip stitch in the front loop of the last stitch from the previous round. Work 1 slip stitch. On the left stitch pick up the front loop. Work 1 slip stitch. Chain 3. Slip stitch. Then work 1 group. On the left stitch pick up the front loop. Work 1 slip stitch. Chain 3. Slip stitch. This completes another group. Repeat working this group of stitches all the way around to finish the round. When completed, leave a tail about 30 centimeters long and cut the yarn. Round 6 is complete. Next, stuff the fortune bag with some fiber fill. Thread the reserved yarn tail into a yarn needle. Slightly secure the opening at the stitch positions of the 5th round, a few times. Then bring the yarn tail out from the side of the starting chain. Leave the tail unsecured for now. Then take the corresponding color yarn. Thread it through the foo character. Reserve a tail about 10 centimeters long. Begin crocheting chain stitches. First work a few chain stitches. Then place the foo character underneath the yarn. Continue crocheting chain stitches. Compare the length with the fortune bag's opening as you crochet. Go around the entire edge of the opening. Be mindful not to make it too loose. Once it fits well, reserve a tail about 10 centimeters long and cut the yarn. Thread the yarn tail into a yarn needle. Secure the beginning and ending of the chain together. Adjust slightly. Make sure the foo character is right side out. Position it centered on one side of the fortune bag. Then roughly secure the chain braid in place. Now the fortune bag is finished. Next, proceed with attaching it. Use the reserved yarn tail, sew it onto the top of the saddle, sew it slightly toward the front. Refer to the finished product for the exact sewing position, or adjust according to personal preference. There's no specific sewing method required. Just make sure it's securely attached. Everyone please sew it securely as you prefer. That's all for the fortune bag tutorial. Next up is the "Soon There Will Be Peach Blossoms" design. Crochet 2 identical pieces. Start with a magic ring method, crocheting in rounds counterclockwise. Crochet each piece separately first. After completing them, attach the metal snap button by sewing. The new stitch techniques used are F double crochet and CH1 picket. Please watch the demonstration. First, start with a magic ring. Casting on is complete. Then work 5 single crochets into the yarn loop. Once completed, close the magic ring tightly. Then locate the first stitch. If you're not sure, count the stitches from back to front. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. The first round is complete. Now work round 2. First make 2 chain stitches. At the insertion point of the slip stitch, work 1 double crochet. When crocheting, place the starting tail over your hook. Weave in the ends as you go along. Then work 1 CH1 picket. First make 1 chain stitch. Then pick the front loop of the double crochet, and 1 strand to the left. Work 1 slip stitch. Gently tighten the slip stitch. CH1 picket is complete. Continue with 2 chain stitches. At the insertion point below, work 1 slip stitch. Work 1 slip stitch in the next stitch. Two chain stitches. 1 double crochet. 1 CH1 picket. First work 1 chain stitch. Then pick the front loop of the double crochet below, and 1 strand to the left. Work a slip stitch. Complete the CH1 picket. Continue with 2 chain stitches. Work 1 slip stitch at the insertion point below. Repeat the stitch pattern worked in the second stitch, all the way down around the round. Once completed, leave a tail of about 20 centimeters. Break yarn. The starting tail has been woven in for one round. You can cut it directly. Round 2 is finished. And one peach blossom piece is also crocheted. Take the side with clearer texture as the right side. Everyone follow the same method. Crochet the other piece to completion. Here I've already finished crocheting 2 pieces for the swatch. Now start sewing a metal button at the center of both motifs. Cut a piece of gold thread about 20 centimeters long. Thread the needle. Place the 2 peach blossom pieces with their wrong sides facing each other. Overlap and align them. Make sure the yarn tails are in the same direction. Insert the needle from the wrong side of the center of either piece and come out. Leave a little tail slightly. Thread on one metal button. The smooth side of the metal button is the wrong side. The other side is the right side. Make sure the right side faces out. Insert through the center of the fabric piece. Come out through the center of the other piece. Then thread on another metal button. Insert through the center of the piece. Exit on the back side. Tie the 2 yarn tails together to secure them. Trim off the excess yarn tails. This completes the peach blossom. Next is assembly. Use the reserved yarn tail. Sew it onto the top of the saddle. The 2 petals of the peach blossom are on the back side. Sew them approximately centered relative to the saddle. Refer to the finished product for exact sewing position, or adjust according to personal preference. No specific sewing method is required. Just make sure it's secure. Everyone please sew it firmly on your own. Up to this point the peach blossom is completed. Next we'll crochet the money coming soon coin. You need to crochet 2 identical pieces. Using the foundation chain method, crocheting in rounds counterclockwise. First crochet them separately, then join with a slip stitch. When completed, the new stitch technique used is F double crochet. Please watch the demonstration. First make a foundation chain. Chain 17. Casting on complete. Let's take a look. The right side of the fabric shows V-shaped loops. The wrong side has small horizontal bars. These small horizontal bars are called leash-on. Next, crochet round 1. From the second stitch from your hook. Work into the back bump for all stitches. The parentheses here indicate a group. Times number indicates the number of times to repeat the pattern. First work 1/2 double crochet in the second to last stitch. On the left side work 1 double crochet. One half double crochet. One slip stitch. This completes one pattern. Repeat inside the parentheses. Continue and repeat once more. 1/2 double crochet. One double crochet, 1/2 double crochet, one slip stitch. This is the second repeat. Everyone continue to complete the remaining 2 repeats. Once completed, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. Leave a tail of about 5 centimeters and cut the yarn. Weave in the tail along the texture on the wrong side. One coin is now complete. Everyone follow the same method. Finish crocheting the other coin. The second coin piece is now completed. Leave a tail of about 20 centimeters. For sewing, weave in the starting tail along the texture on the wrong side. 2 coin pieces have been completely crocheted. Next, join the 2 coins together. Place the 2 fabric pieces with wrong sides facing each other. Overlap and align them. Insert the hook through both back layers. Corresponding stitches. Take a piece of gold thread about 1 meter long, fold it in half. Draw the yarn loop through. Then begin to work slip stitches. Work the entire round. Once completed, thread the yarn tail into a darning needle. Pass through from below the first slip stitch. Then back through the braid where the tail is located. Hide the end on the wrong side of the piece. This way the coin motif is finished. Use the side with clearer texture as the right side. Next proceed to attach it. Using the reserved yarn tail. Sew it onto the top of the saddle, slightly angled and positioned a bit forward. When sewing, refer to the finished product for exact placement, or adjust according to personal preference. No specific sewing method required. Just make sure it's secure. Everyone can sew it on as they prefer. Up to this point the coin motif is completed. Finally install the accessories. Divide it into saddle accessories, tassel accessories and hanging loop accessories. First attach the saddle accessories. Please see the demonstration. First cut a piece of about 20 centimeters of corresponding color yarn. Thread it through the needle. Note that the needle must be able to pass through the water drop bead. On the saddle side edge, slightly below the edge and centered. Secure a small flower in each position. Insert the needle from any direction. Pull through the middle of the small flower. Then thread through one water drop bead. Then pass through the middle of the small flower again. Exit at the bottom edge. Centered at the bottom edge. Insert one bell. Attach symmetrically on the other side. Now the saddle accessories are assembled. Next, attach the tassel accessories. Cut a slightly longer piece of corresponding color yarn. Start from the front of one side. Insert the hook from any position. Exit from the bottom edge of the chain braid. Insert one gold bead. One metal clasp. First insert through both holes of the metal clasp separately. Adjust slightly. Position the metal clasp with the right side facing out. Then exit through the top hole. Thread back through the hole in the gold bead. Exit from behind the chain braid. Gently tighten. This way, one tassel accessory is attached. Continue to attach the next one. From behind the chain braid. Exit at a small distance apart. Pay attention to the transition yarn. Don't let it show, it affects the appearance. First, insert one gold bead. Then insert one water drop bead. Thread back through the hole in the gold bead. Exit from behind the chain braid. Gently tighten the yarn tail. Another tassel accessory is now attached. Let's take a look at the finished product. Alternately attach metal clasps and water drop beads below the chain zippers. Install one gold bead above each metal clasp and water drop bead. Evenly attach 7 groups on one side. Evenly attach 3 groups along the tail strands. Install the tassels symmetrically on the other side. Everyone follow the method demonstrated earlier. Attach the remaining tassels and complete. Up to this point, the tassel accessories are explained. Finally, install the hanging string accessory. Take the wire ring. Thread it through the hanging loop. Twist the wire ring tight. Attach the tassel to the wire ring. This completes the accessory assembly. At this point, the entire hanging ornament is explained. If you during the crocheting process still have unclear parts, don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.